Hey everyone, welcome back to Marli Makeup and welcome to my second video which is part of the In My Pro Kit series. And today we're going to talk about the foundations, concealers that I use in my Pro Makeup kit. Now I've got a Zuka Pro makeup bag which I keep my makeup in, and I basically have these little bags. They fit in there like drawers, and this is my foundation kit. So let me open it up and show you guys what's in there. So basically I have a little bag like this which has got my separate concealers in it. And then I have these two concealer palettes. We'll talk about concealer now. Let's do the foundation first. So the foundations that I keep in my kit, which is really my favorite foundations, and it's kind of my little formula that I figured out over my 8 years of being a makeup artist. I have Face and Body. Face and Body is my absolute favorite foundation. I only use this for Caucasian and cappuccino skins though, but love, love, love Face and Body. I use it on mature skin, I use it on younger skin. I love that it's water resistant, I love that I can build it up. I don't keep any makeup in my kit that's like full coverage. If I really need full coverage, which will only be if somebody's got like really bad pigmentation or eczema or something like that, I'll use my airbrush makeup kit, which is the Dine Air that I use for shoots. But most of the time, if they have problem areas, I'll rather conceal those areas, but my foundation will always be you know, like a medium coverage foundation. So I love my Face and Body, and the colors that I have in my kit is C1, C3, C5 and N5, and with these I can mix and match. I've also got C6. Yeah, C6, which I decanted into a smaller bottle, but then with this I can mix up the colors that I need. Next up I have my Bobbi Brown foundation sticks. These I love using on cappuccino skin and on like darker skin, but not dark skin, if that makes sense. But basically, so I have my two favorite colors is Golden, which is number 6, and Warm Almond, which is 6.5, which I love using from Bobbi Brown. Also with these stick foundations, I have this little palette that's got all of them in. I really just love using this because I can also do a thin layer with it. It gives me dewy finish. I can control the coverage with it. I can control the finish that I get with it. So really in love with this, but I don't like using it on lighter skin. The reason why, I don't know, I just don't like the texture that it gives me on Caucasian skin, where on cappuccino and darker skin it really it just gives me a beautiful finish. Then what I like to use on dark skin is Black Opal. Now Black Opal stick foundation's also a beautiful foundation. I discovered this about 2 years ago, and I wish I discovered it earlier. The colors that I have is Hazelnut, Beautiful Bronze and Carob. And my hazelnut is my yellow undertone, my Beautiful Bronze has got a warmer undertone for color correcting, and my carob is just a bit of a darker tone, as you can see, that one. And I sometimes use this one to contour with as well if I have like a medium dark skin, not a dark skin. Really also love these. What I like about these, and if I had to compare them to the Bobbi Brown ones, is that they give me a more covered finish without having to apply too much product. So I did a Johnson's & Johnson's campaign, and they wanted very natural. Where if I used my Bobbi Brown, it would have given me a bit too much of a flawless finish. Where with this one, I could control the coverage more, and I just got a thin layer on, gave me enough coverage, and her skin still looked like her skin, if that makes sense. So really love this. Also, I can get full cover with it, or medium to full cover if I need to. Okay, so that's not all of them yet, but I'll carry on with what else I keep in that bag. I also have this little bag that's a separate bag that I take with me in case I need, just for different kinds of shoots. I kind of just decide when I'm going to need it, and then I'll take it with me. But my favorite ones is as well the Yves Saint Laurent Le Teint Touche Éclat foundations. Beautiful. I haven't tried it on darker skin yet, so I can't tell you guys about that. But on Caucasian skin, beautiful foundation. It gives me also a medium, you know, a sheer to medium cover. It just photographs so beautifully, gives you dewy skin without the skin looking wet. Really beautiful foundation, and I love using this foundation on myself. This is probably my favorite foundation that I use on myself at the moment. And the colors that I have is BD10, BD30 and BD60. There's also a B3, which I don't really use a lot because it's a bit pink. So the ones that I use the most is my BD30, BD10, and if I need to darken them slightly, I put a BD60 in there. Then also in this little extra bag that I carry is my Meron foundation. This is the HD Cream Foundation. Oh, and these are beautiful on dark skin. They work so well on dark skin. Also on lighter skin tones, don't get me wrong. Okay, so the colors that I have with me is Eurasia Ivory, which is like a very white foundation. You know in MAC when they do those campaigns and the girls like pale, 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 pale. This is what I would use to create that kind of look. The MAC people actually use a face and body that's that color, but I can't get my hands on it in South Africa. Then I have Eurasia Japanese, which is like just a nicer yellow color, like you know, it can go across quite a few skin tones. Then I've got medium 3, which is my pinker undertone to do color correcting, or if I've got somebody that's got a pinker undertone. And then I've got dark 2, dark 3, and dark 4. Now out of these 6 colors, I can mix whatever skin color I want, which is really great. I just can't use them on oily skin, which it's quite a creamy cream foundation, but they also give a beautiful finish. They photograph very, very well. Then over to concealers. My absolute favorite concealers that I've used for years and years and years is my Studio Finish concealer from MAC, which is this little cream pot concealer. And also when I get really, really dark, a dark skin model, this is what I would use on them. I'd use my W55 and my NW50 on them, and it looks beautiful. And the colors that I have with me, let's see. I have NC15, NW25, NW30, NW35, NW45, NW50, and the W55. And with these concealers, I do more covers. So if I've got an area that I need to really conceal a bit more, I would use this, and then I would use my foundation over that. Really love these concealers. Also I use it on anybody, any skin type, any skin color. Not too dry. I mean, if your skin's super, super, super dry, I wouldn't use this, but that hardly ever happens that skin is that dry. So I really, really love these. Then the other concealers that I discovered quite recently is the Pro Longwear concealers from MAC. Also fallen in love with these. I've actually kind of used these more than I have been using my Studio Finish concealers. And the colors that I have is NC15, NC30, and NW25. And again with these, I mix which color I want, and I use this obviously not on dark skin because they are too light, but I use them on Caucasian skin and my cappuccino skin tones. This is also great. I can use it on anybody again. I think that's my most important thing in my kits is I need to be able to get lots of versatility out of my products. So with this, I can use it on dry skin, works well. So if I've got really dry skin, somebody, then I'll use this. So basically that's for anybody. My other concealers that I love is Bobbi Brown. And I have the golden and the honey, which is again, it goes along with the foundation sticks that I had earlier. Love my Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat. Beautiful. It's really sheer, so it doesn't give me cover, but it's a highlighting pen, so I'll use that for highlighting. And I also have the MAC Prep and Prime pen, which is the yellow one. This one is called Light Boost, but I really, really like that. You can see it's just like got a bit of yellow undertone, so it cleans up and highlights the skin. Then the other concealers that I have, I've got this one from the Body Shop. I've got number 5 and number 6. I do like these pens. They work very well. Again, this will be better for like an oilier skin, not for a dry skin. Then for color correcting, I use this one the most. This is from Bobbi Brown. It's dark peach. I know it looks like I don't use it a lot, but it's brand new. But I love using my dark peach. And then I also have these concealer palettes from MAC, which has got, you know, the color corrector colors in there if I need them. And there, but then I don't know, the Bobbi Brown color correctors for me are the best. They're my favorite. So in this palette you can see the color correctors are here. I really deep bisque and very deep bisque I use on my darker skin tones, and then the dark peach I use on the lighter skin tones, and then I just lighten it a bit with the concealer if I need to. So back to these guys. I love these palettes. I've got the dark palette and I've got the medium palette, and I use them a lot as well. Really great for dark skin. I love these two palettes. Then over to the powders that I use. I really like keeping things simple in my kit, so I love using my MAC Prep and Prime, and this powder I can use over any skin tone. It's the loose transparent powder, and with this I can also control how much powder I want. Do I want just a soft light dusting? Do I want it to be more matte? If I really need a heavy duty powder, if somebody's got quite oily skin or I need to really set my makeup, I don't have the original pot with me, but I've decanted a bit of the Crayolan waterproof translucent powder into this little pot. The reason why I've decanted it is because the big one really spills all over my kit. But this is like my heavy duty powder. If I really need to set things or really make them look quite matte. The other powders I also keep in my kits is my Concealers& translucent powder. This is TL5 and TL13, and they're just for like darker skin tones. I don't use them a lot, but it's really just good to have them on standby. And then the other lighter powder that I use from MAC is this Prep and Prime CC powder, which is obviously a great highlighter powder for lighter skin. For my powder, I also love using my Deep Dark Blot powder from MAC, which is also kind of like a translucent powder, but it's got a bit of color to it. And then for only the highlighted areas, my Ben Nye Banana powder, beautiful. I was so excited when I got my hands on this powder. And that's basically it. That's the foundations that I use in my kit. Again, I hope that helped, and I'll see you in the next video.